everyone, my name is TJNeku and welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I told you the story of how art saved my life. And this time, I want to show you how art can save yours. I'm going to give you concrete steps of creating pieces of art that you can truly resonate and connect with. And I'll also give you an art challenge at the end. Before we get into the meat of things, let's first talk about the benefits of expressing yourself creatively. As someone who has been through many a crisis, I can say that throughout most of them, I have resorted to creating art. Doing so has helped me channel my overwhelming thoughts and emotion into something I can see and touch. It allowed me to visualize the internal struggle and problem I was having, instead of keeping it inside of me. For a certain time in my life, I would feel so much at once that my body decided to turn off my emotion entirely. There was a numbness left behind that I could only breach with self-destructive behavior or when the pent-up emotion got too much for my body to handle. Experiencing this overwhelming barrage of emotion without utilizing tools to handle them is like fighting against a broken dam using only a shovel. You can try to shovel the water back as much as you like, but you will be swept away by the flood sooner than later. But if you instead use the shovel to dig trenches for the water to flow through, you can slowly and calmly release it without the dam having to break in the first place, and you can even take a calming boat trip along the streams. Self-expression is the key. There are many ways to express yourself through art, whether that be through drawing, painting, writing, music, dancing, or singing. In any form, art can be a powerful tool for processing and understanding your emotions. Before we get into the visual art aspect, in which I am the most knowledgeable, let's first have a closer look at the other ways you can express yourself creatively. Writing. Writing can be as simple as writing down what you're thinking in the current moment, the physical sensations you have in your body, and keywords that help you describe your emotions or the situation you're in. Journaling and writing poetry can help put your feelings into words and out of your head. It also serves as a basis for getting things in order and building a structure for yourself and other art forms. Music. Listening to music, playing an instrument, or singing can allow you to channel your emotions through sound. This can be combined with writing, as you can write lyrics for the music to start telling a story through it. Dancing. This is something I recently discovered for myself. Dancing and moving your body to music can be a great way of physically expressing your emotions and the pent-up energy you might feel inside. For me, it was a bit difficult when I first started dancing, but after some time, it turned into a freeing experience to let go, and it helped me stay present in my body and allow myself to feel. Visual art. As my personal focus lies in visual art, I want to show you concrete steps to create pieces that tell a story and truly resonate with you. Afterwards, I will give you a challenge to get started with. We will be going over story, characters, composition, symbolism, and color to effectively create a piece of artwork, using an artwork of mine as an example piece. This artwork is called Trinity, which was my art school graduation piece. In my video, How Art Saved My Life, I went over the process of creating it and the emotional challenges that came along with it. After all, putting emotion into something requires for you to feel it too. Keep that in mind as we continue. Story. Let's start with the story aspect of an artwork. To accurately express your inner world, it's important to first consider the narrative behind your piece. What emotions or experiences are you trying to convey? The story is the foundation that guides the direction of your art, helping to communicate the deeper message you wish to share. Ask yourself the following: what is happening in your life right now? Think about a situation that is currently affecting you. You might have had a rough day, a heartwarming conversation with a friend, or a moment of self-reflection. The situation is the core of your piece. How do you feel about it? Try to identify the emotion that the situation stirs up in you. Is it joy, sadness, anger, fear, or something more complex? Understanding your emotion will help you guide the rest of the creative process. How is this emotion manifesting? Consider how this emotion is affecting your thoughts or actions. Are you feeling energized, withdrawn, or something else? That will help you decide on how to represent it in your artwork. Writing down these points will help you get started on a narrative. In Trinity, the story revolves around dealing with depression and anxiety, and the struggle to keep these emotions in check. to protect yourself and others from experiencing trauma. The piece is built on a foundation of positive symbolism, contrasting the dark emotions with hope. I created this artwork during a time when I was processing difficult events, which led me to a deeper understanding of my inner world. The story reflects the emotional conflict I was feeling, how I was torn between negative emotions and the desire to find balance and healing. Characters. Next, let's talk about characters. The characters in your artwork are the embodiment of your emotions, thoughts, or aspects of yourself. Whether they represent you, specific feelings, or abstract concepts, your characters play a crucial role in bringing the story to life. Consider who or what they represent and how they interact with the narrative that you've created. It's important to consider the following. Who's the focus of your story? Think about who or what represents your emotion. It could be you, someone else, or even a fictional or abstract figure or object. You can create your own original character or even use an existing fictional character. What do they represent? Consider what this character symbolizes in your life. Are they a symbol of strength, fear, or change? Do they manifest from a certain aspect of your life or personality? What are they feeling? Imagine what this character might be feeling in the situation. This will help you convey the emotion more clearly in your art. How are they handling it? Show how your character is dealing with their emotions. Are they facing them head-on, avoiding them, or something in between? The characters in Trinity represent different aspects of myself, specifically physical embodiment of my depression and anxiety. Each character feels trapped and chained to the others, all trying to protect one another without realizing that they're the source of each other's pain, keeping them stuck together. They're all confined by their own struggles, making it difficult to trust or understand one another. The character that represents me has a stoic, neutral expression, trying to stay composed despite the situation. In contrast, the character representing depression has a pained expression, while the one representing anxiety is smiling with a hint of madness, both visibly upset and crying. Composition. Now, let's explore composition. Composition is all about how the elements of your artwork are arranged on the canvas. It determines the flow of the piece and directs the viewer's eye to the most important parts. A well-thought-out composition not only enhances the visual appeal, but also reinforces the emotional impact of your story and characters. To make things clearer, keep the following in mind. Where does everything go? Think about where to place your characters and other elements on the canvas or paper. The way things are arranged can change how the viewer feels. For example, placing a character alone in the center might highlight their isolation. What's the focus? Decide on the main element that will catch the viewer's eye. This could be a character, an object, or a particular part of the scene. What's the overall mood? Consider the feeling you want to create with the arrangement of your elements. A crowded, chaotic scene might feel overwhelming, while an open, serene space could feel calming. In Trinity, the composition is crucial in conveying the piece's meaning. The characters are arranged in an upside-down triangle, with my character positioned in the middle as the centerpiece. They sit on a pile of plushies, which dominate the lower part of the canvas. Surrounding them is a heart-shaped barrier, symbolically protecting them from the outside forces. Hungry eyes and grasping hands and tentacles trying to break through. This arrangement emphasizes the central theme of protection and confinement within the piece. Symbolism. Moving on to symbolism, which adds layers of meaning to your artwork. Symbolism allows you to convey complex ideas and emotions through objects, colors, and imagery. Each element you choose can represent something deeper, adding richness to the story that you're telling. Think about what symbols best convey the themes and emotion you're expressing. An apple could be a symbol for forbidden knowledge, for example. To find symbols that work for your piece, reflect on these questions. What do the elements mean? Think about what each part of your art represents. For example, a stormy sky could symbolize inner turmoil, while a blooming flower might represent hope or a new life. What symbols will you use? Identify objects or imagery that can convey deeper meanings. These symbols add layers to your artwork and can help others connect with the emotion that you're expressing. What's the deeper message? Consider the underlying message you want to convey. This could be something personal or a broader commentary on a situation or feeling. In Trinity, every element carries symbolic meaning and was placed with intention. We've discussed how the characters represent depression, anxiety, and myself. The plushies at the bottom and the darkness surrounding the characters also hold contrasting symbolic meanings. The plushies symbolize positive emotions, memories, and important people in my life, forming the foundation that keeps everything stable. On the other hand, the darkness outside represents trauma and negative influences from which the characters are hiding. These elements work together to create a cohesive theme that ties the entire piece together. Color. Finally, let's discuss color. Color has a powerful influence on the mood and emotional tone of your artwork. The hues you choose can evoke specific feelings and tie the entire piece together. Whether you're using bright, vibrant colors or darker, muted tones, your color palette should complement the story, characters, composition, and symbolism, enhancing the overall message of your piece. To pick the right colors, bear this in mind. What colors fit your mood? Pick colors that match the emotion you want to express. Warm colors like reds and oranges can feel intense and passionate, while cool colors like blues and greens might evoke calmness or sadness. What do the colors symbolize? Do the colors carry a specific meaning? What made you choose these colors? How do the colors work together? Think about how the colors interact. Do they clash or harmonize? This will affect the overall mood of your piece and can emphasize the emotion you're trying to convey. Color theory plays a part in this, but that is a whole topic in itself. If you're having trouble picking the right palette, consider using an already existing color palette from resources online. Trinity is rendered entirely in monochromatic hues of pink, with purple shadows to enhance the darker elements. Pink holds deep symbolic meaning for me. It's a color I felt connected to and comforted by since childhood. Though the piece is predominantly pink, contrast plays a crucial role. The characters wear light-colored dresses to represent a sense of purity. Depression has dark hair, while anxiety's hair is light, and my character's hair combines both in a split dye. The plushies are in bright shades, symbolizing positivity, while the outside forces are framed in darkness, emphasizing the contrast between safety and threat. While you might have already been utilizing at least one of these concepts if you've dabbled in creating artwork before, by consciously applying these 5 principles, you can create something that truly resonates with what is going on inside you. It might make things clear that you weren't fully aware of before. You don't have to apply these in any particular order. Being clear on at least 3 of those principles before starting your piece will already help you visually express what you feel. Now that I've given you a lot of information about the steps of creating a meaningful and emotional artwork, let me give you a challenge to get started. Create a piece of art that expresses a specific emotion you felt recently. Use the steps of story, characters, composition, symbolism, and color to guide your creation. The piece doesn't have to be perfect. It's all about expressing yourself and getting into the habit of creating. Pick an emotion. Choose an emotion you've experienced recently. It could be anything: joy, sadness, anxiety, excitement, or even a mix of emotions. Sketch a plan. Writing the following points down will make it a bit easier. Story. Briefly think about the situation that caused this emotion. What was happening? How did it make you feel? Characters. Decide who or what will represent this emotion in your artwork. It could be a person, an animal, or even an abstract shape. Composition. Think about where to place your character and other elements in the artwork. How can the layout help tell the story? Symbolism. Choose at least 1 or 2 symbols to incorporate into your piece. These could be objects, colors, or anything that adds deeper meaning. Color. Pick a color palette that matches the emotion. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Just choose colors that feel right for you. Create your artwork. Using your plan as a guide, create your piece. It could be a quick sketch, a detailed drawing, or even a digital painting. The focus is on expressing the emotion, not perfection. Share your artwork. Once you've finished, share your artwork on social media or my community Discord server. Include a brief caption about the emotion you chose and what your artwork represents to you. There will be a channel available for you to share your work in. Tag and challenge others. Tag me in your post so I can see your work, and use the hashtag TJNeku Art Challenge to connect with others participating in the challenge. Encourage your friends and followers to join in by tagging them. By joining the challenge, your artwork may get featured in a future video. I can't wait to see what you make. Wait, before you go, if you're thinking, but Neku, I can't draw, I'm not an artist, let me tell you. All you need to do in order to be an artist is express yourself. Your art doesn't have to be good. First and foremost, your art has to exist for you. Remember that this video is there to show you how to use art to help you deal with things. In this way, I have created countless pieces since I was little. And while I didn't always have all the theoretical aspects like composition and symbolism in mind, it still helped me express what I was feeling, and it helped me heal and make it through difficult situations in my life. Using art, you can give a physical body to an idea and emotion. You can share a concept and experience without having to say anything, and you'll notice how that makes you feel less alone. Art helps you stay connected with yourself and others. With it, you can create something beautiful from your pain and your emotions. For everything to not be in vain, as you will have something amazing that came from your experience. So, if you're feeling overwhelmed, please give it a chance and open your heart to creating something. My name is TJNeku, and I will see you in the next one.